That's right, we're at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and yes, you are seeing it. The 2023 Icon, the Electric Glide Highway King. Man, that baby is beautiful. I was going to do this huge reveal thingy and be like, oh, all dramatic, but you saw it in the thumbnail. You know what we're looking at today. So let's get this video started. Alright, so real quick, what we're going to do is go over a few of the specs of this beauty right here. Look at the white walls. Them boys, you can lick them, they so clean. This has the Milwaukee 8 114 motor in it, but unlike your typical 114 that's putting out 118 foot-pounds of torque, they managed to get 122 foot-pounds of torque out of the stock motor. This one has some upgrades, so it's a little bit more torquey. Weighing in at 849 pounds. You've got a seat height of 29.6 inches, and this seat got something different going on. This seat has its own shock suspension for your bootay. Can't beat that, can you? It does still have your standard 2 shocks. It's got that beautiful orange color with the metallic flake in it, and it's also got a denim black going along the side with the white bags and the white and black seat. I love the style of this bike, man. It makes you just want to take it to the beach and cruise. You don't want to do no nonsense on it. You don't want to act a fool on it. You just want to cruise. What does a 6-foot tall hamburger like myself look like on the bike? Well, let's take a look. So this bike does belong to Speedway Harley-Davidson, and you know Speedway always is adding on those little tidbits for you to make your bike even better. They already put the Tab Performance exhaust on here with the zombie baffles, and them jokers sound nuts. And it also has a torque cam in there, so it's a little bit more torquey, but I'm not even riding it for all that torque. I'm just cruising, and that's what it makes you want to do. It makes you want to cruise. You got passing lights up front. You got that tinted orange windscreen that matches with the paint. Man, I mean, the bike looked good. It's stylish. This is a stylish machine. Let me know right now, right this second, what do y'all think of that bike? What's it look like? It look good, don't it? It do look good. So we're going to ride it back to the dealership. I'm going to talk to y'all about how it feels riding this baby on the way back to the dealership. I also got some big news for y'all, so stick around to the end of the video. You're definitely going to want to hear it. Look. They're busting circles. Are you circling to you like this bike? I got my backpack, even though I don't need to wear one because we got bags. I'm sitting on it right now. It's a little awkward when you're sitting on it with your feet down, like flat-footing it. It does feel a little weird. Takes some getting used to. We's are running. They got a race or they practicing or something in there. I hear the cars flying past while I was out here. Like, and we're off to the races, but not really. Man, does that bike sound good. So the seating position on this bike is extremely comfortable, and I will tell you that shock in the seat absorbs everything. Like, this is just such a smooth ride, and the seat is so comfortable. It's so comfortable. This is the type of bike that makes you just want to literally sit back, chill, and cruise. It's got a torque cam in it, so if you hit it, you felt it. Well, you didn't feel it, you saw it. It's got the performance if you want to utilize that performance, but why? Why would you want to do that when you could just get out here and cruise on something this beautiful? Like, you literally want to take this to the beach and just cruise and do nothing else. Just cruise. I wonder how far the beach is from here. The bike feels extremely maneuverable. I feel like this higher seat height where you're kind of like sitting on top of the bike. You're not sitting in the bike like you typically do on Harleys. Like you're literally up about to the top of the tank. You're sitting up higher. Gives you incredible control over the motorcycle. Like, I feel like this is the seat that police motorcycles have on it, all the Harley-Davidson police bikes, and that's why they're able to ride those bikes the way they are. They have impeccable control, and this seat gives you stupendous, like, just ridiculous control over the motorcycle. Here's the weird part. You put your feet down. So when you put your feet down at a stop, it's not that bad if you go spread eagle, if you keep your legs wide. But when you want to bring them closer together, you feel a little bulge in between. It feels a little weird. But if you own this baby, you don't plan on being stopped. You plan on moving. And like right now, you see that light's red? What I'm gonna do? Slow down and just cruise till I get to it. And hopefully it's green. It's not gonna be green. I do love the style of this Highway King, especially if you like classic motorcycles. This has that classic look. This looks exactly like the bike Elvis used to ride, and I think that's what it's styled off of. When you put a torque cam in these M8s, they sound so much better. Any kind of cam. It's got the, then it brings it back to the blub, 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 blub. I love that sound. You got that baby squatted. That thing all the way squatted. Normally on this street, I'm opening it up, I'm riding, I'm getting it in, but I don't want to do that on this bike. I just want to cruise. Now I'll cruise at a higher speed, but it just makes you literally want to cruise. You don't want to do none of that, even though you can. If you want to, you can, but there's no need to. It just feels so good cruising on this bike. I've said that a whole bunch of times. Let's cruise. So let's talk about wind protection. We got this windshield here, and I'm literally not feeling any wind to the chest or to the head. It's blocking all the wind to my torso and my helmet head. Today it's hot, and I wish I was catching some wind to my titties, but I'm not. This bike would definitely be suitable for some long-term touring. I mean, for some longer rides, for touring, for hopping on the highway, going, riding from here to the beach, riding to the beach, riding coast to coast. If you want to do that on an Icon, or maybe you just want this baby to sit in your living room as a showpiece. If we do the hand wind test, so let's see. No wind, no wind, no wind, no wind, no wind, no wind. I feel wind about right there, and right there is blowing over my head. You got this beautiful, I hope it's picking up on camera, that metallic orange. It's like that deep, rich orange too, almost close to a burnt orange. It looks so good, especially when the light hits it. I feel like Speedway needs to find a way to get sunlight bulbs into the dealership, because this thing looks totally different when you bring it outside versus it being in there. Oh my goodness, like, it makes you just want to keep looking at it. I'm supposed to be looking at the road though. I'm gonna look at the road. The suspension is just as good as any other Harley-Davidson. It feels solid, but then you got that extra suspension in the seat. You got a shock for your booty. Who wouldn't want that? Don't you want a booty shock? Like, just imagine if they start putting booty shocks in cars. Like, you wouldn't feel any of the bumps. I wonder if they thought of doing that. Maybe that's a new invention for me. The bars are your standard Harley-Davidson handlebar height. It feels a little bit lower because the seat is higher up. So I'm sitting higher on the bike, so the bars feel lower. But I feel like with the lower bar placement, it's giving me more control over the motorcycle. It feels really good in the curve. It just feels good all around. Like, you don't even have to be dodging and avoiding any of these imperfections on the road. Now, is the suspension a little bit bouncy? I don't think it's the suspension. I think it's the combination of the suspension as well as that shock that's in the seat. So when you're hitting bumps, it's a very smooth ride, but if you hit a hard enough bump, you feel a little bit of bounce. But I feel like that's what they felt back in the day, but it probably didn't feel nowhere near as good as this. So you got that classic look, that classic feel with a ton of performance. Like, you can't go wrong with a motorcycle like this. Now, is this a bike that I would personally own and put in my garage? I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. Probably not. I love the styling of it. I love the way it looks. But if I owned a motorcycle like this, I would not want to ride it. I would want to cherish it and it just strictly be a showpiece. And me, I ride the shit out of my bikes. And I wouldn't want to do that with this. Like, I could be riding the shit out of it right now, but I don't want to. I want to just cruise and relax on it. And this ain't typically me. This motorcycle has changed me for the moment I'm on it. It turned me into a more mature, more responsible man that has some type of sense about himself. And I don't know if I like that. I think I like the reckless, ignorant, like, just don't even think twice before I do shit type of person. I think I like that version of me a little bit more. But y'all stuck around to the end of the video. I want to let everyone know Most of the people on this channel, y'all all know, is Harley people. I grew this channel off of the Harley-Davidson platform. But I am a very versed individual. I like all different types of motorcycles. So I will be making another channel that's I'm gonna try to split the content up. This channel is gonna be strictly Harley-Davidson content. The other channel's gonna have everything. Harley-Davidson, Ducati, sport bikes, mini bikes, everything. So I'll put a link to that channel down in the description. I need everyone to go and subscribe to that channel right now. Click it, go subscribe to it. If you aren't subscribed to my channel yet, definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about this bike. Go check out Speedway Harley-Davidson's website as well as their channel, and thank them for me having these opportunities to bring all these beautiful bikes out and ride them. But I will give y'all more details and more updates as that new channel rolls out. But go subscribe to it now. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Give this video a big old thumbs up. And if you ain't commenting, do it. I'll check y'all out in that next one. Let me get this beauty back into the showroom.